Hey guys, and welcome back to our all new online art segment. Now I'm here to show us how to mix some colours and get our backgrounds done just like this. As you can see, you'll need, it's thick brush strokes, so you can see some paint still hasn't dried yet. But this kind of provides a good texture for our paintings. You can also see all my individual brush strokes. You can see some dark in there, and you can see some light, and you can also see some kind of turquoisey colours. So there's done a whole lot of mixing in this one background. Now, as you can see, it kind of changes from where the light switches it. Now this is perfect because this is exactly what we want. See, it's kind of darker in this corner and then goes lighter. So that's where the light is obviously, the sunshine will come from up here, and then it will get darker in this corner. So I have prepared a makeshift palette out of cardboard, baking paper, and some stainless steel pegs. Because even though I stole paint from, well, didn't steal, borrowed paint from preschool, I forgot to borrow one of our palettes. So this one's great too because it provides me with a lot more space. And as you can see here, can you see what colours I've got there, guys? Down the bottom. Yellow. A little bit of green. I have not used that yet. White, ma, and kikorangi, blue. I've got some dark blue as well as light blue. Now I've already gone ahead and mixed the light blue with some more white to make it lighter. Because in the picture it is a very light blue. Now I've also gone ahead with this big, it's quite a big rounded brush, just to cover more of the painting. Because it's quite, I've done it on an A4 here myself, but to show you guys, I'm just going to do an A5, so half of a big piece like an A4, which you guys can do too. Now I'm hoping you guys can see my little table here. Hopefully you can see as I'm painting, probably not, but that's okay, I'll show you as I go. So I've got already some dark paint on my brush, so this corner here, the closest to me is going to be the darker colours. So I'm going to go in, and as you can see, it's quite fast, and no stroke stays the same way. So I'm just going to go in, and as soon as you mix it more, it's going to become lighter. So I'm going to go in with a little bit more of a blue, the darker blue, just for that bottom corner. Now don't worry too much about what it's going to look like, if it's going to look too dark, because as soon as we put that light blue in, it's going to blend well with it. Right, so now we've got kind of that dark corner covered. And don't worry if you see, I don't know if you can see, like, see there, I've just put a whole lot of paint build up. Now if you leave that, it looks quite cool when it dries, because like I said, it leaves some texture, which makes kind of little bumps on the painting, which looks quite cool after. Right, so now, as I said before, I've mixed in some white. Now because I've got dark blue on the brush, it will come through in this. So you're just going to mix a little bit more white. And what I've done too is mixed, like I dip it a little tiny bit. As you can see, the littlest tiniest bit of yellow. You can see that. And I've mixed it in with this. So then it makes kind of like a, you can't really see it in there, but it kind of makes more of a light turquoisey colour. Now I'm going to use a little bit more. See if you can see that. It kind of looks like it's turning a little bit greeny. So that's exactly what we want. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction and go up here, because that is our lightest corner. Plus it has the sun coming in from that corner, so it's going to have that yellowy hue to it. It's called a hue, like a yellowy light, you know. And again, you're just going to be fast. Now you don't have to go too fast, you can just take your time with those brush strokes. Now I'm almost doing crisscross. I'm not doing one in the same direction because you do want that crisscross brush strokes, as you can see. Now we're going to get more blue and white together and make that light blue again, see? And then we're just going to use that in the middle of the painting. And we're going to blend the two kind of colours together. So you kind of get that. You can go, I'm going over the blue too, the dark blue. Because like I said, even though it's got dark underneath, it will come through lighter on the paper, which is exactly what we want. Oh, that's very light. Now you can go all over your page. Don't forget to put something underneath where you are painting. So when you paint and go over the edges, it doesn't travel too far. So I've gone over the light yellowy side, and I've also gone over the dark side, and it's kind of blended more out. Now sometimes the paint dries really quickly, and you'll tell because it turns a different colour, but it also, you can see that it's dry, so you want to go over that too, just to make sure that you've got enough paint. Because like I said in our first video, Van Gogh used very thick strokes, okay? So very thick means it won't dry quite as quickly because it's so thick. Right, so there you have it. See, the dark in this corner isn't so dark now. And if you show it in different lights, it obviously changes colours. But you can see more of a yellowy, not too much up there. But see all the different, you can see all my brush strokes, but you can see there's little bits of paint left. Now you do want that look for your paintings, guys, because that's how Van Gogh's was as well. Now I hope you enjoyed this segment. That is our background done. Next we're going to be mixing all sorts of different colours, hopefully for our branches. So make sure you set this aside somewhere where no doggies or cats can, you know, trickle over it, and put it somewhere safe where it can dry overnight or whenever I come back and teach you guys how to do the branches. Now I hope you enjoyed that. I will see you next time on Art Online with Van Gogh. Bye for now, guys.